What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Round By Podcast, accompanied by my boy. I'm just kidding. I'm by myself today. No, I'm just kidding. Accompanied by my boy, Mr. Sauce.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 21.
21?
21. And this episode is actually pretty special. And it's special, well, kind of just because of the fact that you're only going to be seeing us two on this episode. We couldn't find anybody to...
Well, maybe my dog. He'll probably jump on my lap here in a minute.
Yeah, he looks like he's snoozing right now. You know what wasn't a snooze fest was this last weekend. Oh, look at that segue. God, that was a good segue. Yeah, so if you guys didn't check it out, man, this playoff this year has just been absolutely insane.
Yep.
Absolutely insane. It's been the best playoffs that I've ever seen.
Actually, yeah, I agree with that statement. Every game so far. Honestly, I think the only game this playoff season, I guess, that has been ass, in my opinion, was a fucking Pats-Bills game. Because the Bills just blew the Pats out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
But everything else besides that one game, it's been fucking great.
Every single one has been decided by at least one or two plays, and that's it. But that's kind of what you want to see in a playoff. You want to see the best of the best going after it, and I mean, most of them are going to be close games. And if they aren't close games, then it almost kind of begs like, did you deserve to be there?
For sure.
But on the same token, if you make it to there, then you deserve to be there.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But yeah, so let's talk about that first game. I believe the first game was the Afc Title Game.
Yes.
So pretty much everybody in the world, more than likely, unless you're from Cincinnati, Ohio, most everybody was expecting the Chiefs to, especially after that crazy game, especially after the duel that Mahomes and Allen had. Like, you just almost expect Mahomes to just, do his thing and easily win. And we did think that he was going to run away with it in the first half. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I guess now you have to, how we always say, you can never count out Mahomes or Brady.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Now you got to say, well, you can never count out Joe Burrow.
Dude, these young quarterbacks, man, this new wave pool or whatever of quarterbacks coming in, insane. I don't remember like such a young core group of quarterbacks that have been this strong. Like, I've been watching football for about 20 damn years, and I've never, like it's just a crazy pool of quarterbacks now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's an exciting time for sure.
Man, it's incredible. And it almost kind of makes you like. So I'm definitely. We talked about this briefly. Wow, I can't even talk. We've talked about this at work before, but I'm actually kind of jealous, especially after the performance that Tannehill had. Like, I'm jealous of the Patriots. Obviously, Mac Jones, he was showing a lot this last season. Obviously, Josh Allen's playing really well. Justin Herbert, Mahomes. All these young quarterbacks are just playing so incredibly. And then I look at our team where, Ryan Tannehill, we talked about it. He's kind of a middling quarterback and everything. And just kind of makes me jealous because I'm like, well, I really wish that we had a young quarterback that was that was on fire, because then that would make me feel a little more positive about the future. I mean, I'm still pretty positive about it, but man, what was I going to talk about?
The AFC Championship game?
Yeah. So I didn't like the way, and I'm probably going to catch a little bit of heat for this. We spoke about it earlier. I did not like the way that Mahomes played in the second half.
Oh, I mean, I don't even think he did.
Man,
like,
it was so bad.
No, dude. I mean, because I think his first three possessions, it was touchdown, and the Bengals, they weren't getting anything going. Joe Burrow wasn't playing Joe Burrow football. That Bengals team that took him all the way to that game wasn't playing like that game, or like the Bengals. And honestly, whenever the freaking Chiefs were up 21-3, I texted my friends. I was like, "Yo, I think this game is done."
Yep.
I mean, because the way that the way that the game was playing or being played, or whatever, the Chiefs were rolling, the Bengals weren't, and I didn't see the freaking Chiefs stopping pretty much. And sure enough, we know what happened, and
I know, man. And I think part of it too was the adjustments made by the Bengals defense in the second half. For whatever, and Andy Reid, he's a crazy good offensive mind, but yeah, he still could not get past like what they were doing on defense.
Right, and I was surprised too on the opposite side of the ball that that the freaking Bengals were able to protect Joe Burrow as good as they did. I mean, because obviously you saw what the Titans did to Burrow, sacking him 9 times. So what a turnaround in a week span.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to the Bengals, man. Last year I think they finished 4-12 or some crap. Yep. And obviously Joe Burrow went out with a knee injury, and I think he only played like maybe a quarter or half the games or some shit. Can't remember. But he came back and they're going to the freaking Super Bowl. Like that's insane.
Nuts.
Yeah.
But I will say that I am definitely rooting for him.
You know what else is crazy? Joe Burrow has as many Super Bowl appearances as Aaron Rodgers in his second year.
Oh man, I think that's more of a testament to how bad McCarthy is, or was, or still
or
is.
Both, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't deny Joe Burrow's greatness, and it also you can't deny it. Look at all the weapons that they have.
Yeah,
they got
all young too.
Yes, yep. Jamar Chase,
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Yep, and Samaje Perine. Man, it's just that team is going to be scary for a long time.
Yep. They got to definitely attack the offensive line during the draft. They got a great kicker, too. Can't forget him. He's a rookie. So, damn.
You know what else is also an underappreciated / underutilized aspect of Joe's game?
What's that?
His mobility.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I've seen a lot of people saying that he's not very mobile and everything. But there was a few 3rd and longs that they converted against the Chiefs using his legs, and he was sliding and everything, making really heady plays and stuff. So, you can't say enough about it. Plus, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I like the guy. He has a good attitude.
Yeah, he does. So, flipping the script, the NFC Title Game. So, what were your thoughts on that? What did you think about that one?
Man, it was a good game. It's like they picked up Odell at a great time. And it's kind of weird because I think they signed him one day, and literally the next day, that's whenever Robert Woods went out with the knee injury, which is super freaking crazy. And everybody was like, oh, Odell staged this, blah, 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 blah. Well, obviously, it's all talk, but it was, I mean, it's not funny that happened, but it's just a crazy situation.
Right.
And I don't know, I've kind of been like, I don't really like Odell. Like, I just don't like his like personality. You know what I mean?
He's kind of a diva. He's kind of like a T.O.
Exactly. Like he's like a calm down Antonio Brown.
Yep.
But I mean, he finally has a good quarterback throwing it to him. Like whenever he was with the Giants, he had Eli Manning at the end of his career.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know did he play with Daniel Jones? Maybe like a year.
No, I don't think he did.
So anyway, he had pretty much like the end of Eli Manning. And then obviously he had Baker, so he never had a good quarterback throwing it to him until now. So now we're actually starting to see like what type of player he actually is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's actually shining. Like he's pretty much playing the way that everybody was making it seem like he should have been playing. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy for him. But at the same time, I'm not. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I have like this love-hate towards OBJ. Wow. But I don't know. Like, happy for that for the Rams. Happy for Matthew Stafford. Happy for Cooper Kupp, man. And I feel for Robert Woods.
Yeah.
How he doesn't go and get to play in the Super Bowl alongside his teammates and stuff. Yeah. But happy for Aaron Donald. And the Rams, obviously, they have been super aggressive for like the past 3 years.
In free agency,
super aggressive. Jeez. And the trade block, free agency, off season.
They're all in.
They acquired Matthew Stafford. They got OBJ, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, freaking Sony Michel.
Yep.
Like, dude, they've been attacking players left and right. So it's nice to see that their hard work is finally starting to come into fruition, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I don't know. Like, I'm just happy for the Rams. It's going to be a good game,
It is.
But On the other side of the ball, the 49ers, I think we've probably seen the last of Jimmy G in a 49ers uniform.
Absolutely. But I mean, shout out to him though, because everybody, including me, I mean, I shit on him all the time. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback and stuff. However, he other than a few boneheaded plays, I think we've talked about before. I mean, he doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. But he also isn't like a huge playmaker.
He doesn't shine whenever he needs to shine.
Right.
Like we would have seen it in the not in the Super Bowl, in the title game. That last play where he threw that pick to whoever the hell he threw it to.
I can't remember who he threw it to, but it was such a...
I mean, he was about to be sacked for whatever 10 yards, and he kind of just like threw it so he wouldn't lose a yardage, but he ended up losing the game instead. Yep. But yeah, I feel bad for my boy Jimmy G. Obviously, he was with the Pats for like 4 years. So, you know, I obviously respect the player.
Right.
But, yeah, I think that's how we see. You know, we won't be seeing him return, I don't think.
I will say I am actually glad that the 49ers didn't end up winning, because I felt like that was going to be... Man, they don't excite me as a team. I mean, now granted, I love Deebo Samuel. I also love George Kittle. But that's about where it ends. Because those are exciting players.
Yep.
And even Brandon Ayuk.
Well, you know what's crazy? Aaron Rodgers needs to go to the 49ers.
Oh yeah, that was his favorite team growing up.
Yeah, but think about that. Aaron Rodgers on the 49ers with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, that running game, Ayuk, that freaking defense. Like if Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, he needs to go to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I don't know if they would do that since they got Trey Lance.
Well, that plus I think that I want to say that there's like, I've seen and heard rumors that there's like a gentleman's agreement that he won't go to another NFC team. Whack. Or at least I think that they obviously won't try him to an NFC North team.
Wait, so is he not a free agent?
I don't think so.
I thought he was. Wait, I mean, I really don't know. I thought he was.
I think, man, I can't remember.
I mean, I have a computer right in front of me. Keep the guest company while I look this up.
Yeah, no, I mean that would literally put, well, so any team that you put Aaron Rodgers on instantly becomes a contender. I don't care who you are. Especially, I think that I've been saying that he's either going to go to the Broncos, or we've even talked about him going to the Steelers, but he can still game. As evidenced by his pretty much MVP season.
So I think he still has one. It says he is not a pending free agent.
So I think he may still have like 1 or 2 years left on his contract.
It says a void year was added for 2023. So I think he's stuck into the contract until 2023.
Correct.
So,
but also remember, pretty much we've also decided that wherever he goes, Devontae Adams goes.
You think so?
More than likely, man. They're like connected at the hip. It's kind of like Brady and Gronk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but you had Devontae Adams too. Man, could you imagine Devontae Adams and Deebo Samuel with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball? George Kittle. Ooh,
I really want to see Aaron Rodgers on the 49ers.
I would too.
That'd
especially
be great.
Now that I'm thinking about it, especially with all the... That would...
And that division too?
Oh my gosh, because they've got Matt Stafford, they've got Kyler Murray, and
Russell Wilson. Well, oh my! He might be gone. There's a lot of speculation that he's played his final season in Seattle, but I mean, we'll see.
Who knows? But the thought of it is just amazing. Makes me randy. Oh gosh! I knew that would get you. Oof. All right. So, but yeah, so obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, you already know that it's Super Bowl 52? 53.
I think like 56, dog.
Is it really?
Some shit like that. Let me see.
I never pay attention to what Super Bowl numbers.
It is Super Bowl whatever the hell LV1 means.
Whatever, I don't know what that is.
I think that's 6 because LV stands for 50, or no, L stands for 50, V stands for 5, and a 1 is 1. So I think it's 56.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so either way, the Super Bowl matchup. Everybody knows that the Super Bowl matchup now is going to be Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the Cincinnati Bengals against Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and the Los Angeles Rams. Man, I think it's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a great game, dude.
It's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a great game.
It's gonna be a great game. But you guys don't get to know anything. You don't get to know our thoughts yet.
Why is that?
Because you'll have to tune to the next episode. We got to keep them, excited about something.
All 3 listeners, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. Our listeners, our lovely listeners, you guys are great. Nothing against you. We like to brag on you. But anyway, so moving on to a little bit more of a sadder topic. As you can tell, I am currently wearing the alternative Ryan Tannehill jersey. Rip. Yeah, you threw 3 picks, but you know what? I don't care. I still love you, buddy. Now on the other side, opposite of me, Mr. Josie over there is wearing good old TB12.
You can't really see. It's
like 4 sizes too big.
Bro, it's a freaking size medium in adults. Let me put it this way. A size XL in youth fits me perfect.
That's why I'm wearing is a size youth XL.
But it was a gift, so whatever. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But anyways.
But yeah, so Mr. Tom Brady has actually made it official.
Officially retired.
Honestly, I've been seeing a whole bunch of just like players' reactions and stuff like that, and it actually got me a little bit emotional today reading some of it, especially since he's been in the league for 22 years, and for 20 of those years he was a Patriot, and probably about 18 of those years I absolutely hated him because he was incredible. He's the GOAT. Like, there's nobody else that can compare, especially since he's walking away from the game still being one of, if not the best.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Freaking, and it's crazy too because I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, Tom Brady himself, because obviously for like the past 6 years, everybody's like, when are you retiring? When are you retiring? Tom Brady himself, he'd be like, I'm not retiring until I suck. You know what I mean? He wanted
to play into his 50s.
Easily top 5 quarterback in the league right now. Easily, no questions. And he's walking away from the game of football. So I'm like, dude, you lied to me. Why would you do that?
Right.
No, but seriously, he's still a top quarterback in the league at freaking 44 years old. I think he led the league this year in passing touchdowns and passing yards.
I believe so, yes.
So, that's insane. 44 years old.
I would actually rather him go out on top as opposed to whenever everything starts to deteriorate, kind of like what Peyton Manning did.
And Ben.
Yeah. Oh, God. Big Ben. Jeez. That dude.
I feel bad for the guy.
Oh, I don't. I don't. Not at all. I am very much like one of my least favorite teams, one of my most hated teams is the Steelers. I cannot stand the Steelers. And I just don't like any of their players or anything. I don't like what they stand for, especially not Big Ben. I respect his game, but like some of the off the field shit that he got himself into, it boils my blood.
Oof.
But yeah, it's just insane the career that Brady has had.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And the fact that he's I don't think that I've seen a more well-respected athlete.
Dude, everybody hated Brady when he was playing because, everybody got tired of winning. Everybody got tired of seeing the same damn Super Bowl. Everybody got tired of seeing Brady. But now that he's finally retired, everybody's kind of like, oh, finally. And everybody's kind of like paying him his respect now. So it's good to see. We're never going to see anything like this again.
Exactly.
I don't even know even after our lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know people like... we're saying Patrick Mahomes, like after he won his first Super Bowl, everybody was like, "Oh, he's
going to be the next GOAT.
This is the next Tom Brady."
Yep.
Now people are saying that about Joe Burrow. He's the next GOAT. I'm like, yo, like, there's never going to be another freaking Tom Brady, man. Like, never.
Literally never going to.
You know what I mean? So, it's crazy. So, I'm just very grateful and lucky that I was around to watch him play. And Fortunately, he was on my favorite team, and that's
Shit happens, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's a part of the business.
So, I don't know, man. Just very grateful, like I said, and I just wish he would have played one more year. He still has a lot of juice left in the tank. So
one good thing that you can be happy about is the fact that he is signing that 1-day contract.
Yeah, so I was on Facebook, and they were saying that he was going to sign a 1-day contract and freaking retire as a Patriot. But I haven't really exactly seen like confirmation on that.
Oh, so it's unsubstantiated.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But
I was about to say that's the same thing that happened whenever it initially came out that he retired.
Right.
Like, I mean, it just because it came from everybody's mouth except for Brady.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then he made his decision, and I mean, I respect the decision. He wants to be. He said that he wanted to be more there as like a father and a husband and everything else like that. Like actually be there with his family and stuff. Because I mean, you don't become the greatest of all time without putting in the work
and sacrifices.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so that's why. I mean, I've changed my tune obviously over the years with how I feel about. Obviously, I wish that there was a time that it was right after he left the Patriots and stuff. There was a time that everybody was thinking that because of the Vrabel connection and everything, that he might come to Tennessee and play for the Titans. And I was like, man, I don't know that I want that, because I'm like, man, why do we want middle 40 aged quarterback and stuff? And then of course we get 3-pick Tannehill.
No, but hey, you know something crazy that I thought about, which I know it's probably not going to happen, but it's a thought. Mm-hmm. So you know how Josh McDaniels took the job as a head coach at the Las Vegas?
You think he might go be a Raider?
No, I was going to say, what if Tom Brady became the offensive coordinator for the Patriots?
Ooh, I could see that happening.
Well, because kind of like what you just said, like he wants it. I firmly believe that he does want to spend more time with his family and be more involved. The man's 44 years old. He's already probably over half his life gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see him really returning to football activities. But, I mean, just the thought of him coming back and, being a coach to Mac Jones, how crazy would that be?
That would be really dope.
How crazy would that be? Holy shit.
I mean, hell, our head coach is a former Patriot. Mm-hmm. And it's still weird. Wow, I can't even talk. It's still very weird to me to see these coaches that are former players that I actually watched play.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they originally announced that Vrabel was going to be our head coach, I was like, he's a coach?
Yeah.
I was like, I remember him catching touchdown passes as a linebacker. Mm-hmm. It was just weird.
Yeah.
But of all people that I could see becoming a coach and being really, really good as a coach, probably Brady, for sure.
For sure, but like I said, I don't think he would, just for the reasons that I stated. But imagine.
He might take like a year or two off from anything football related, just focus on his family, and then come back. Probably whenever he's like 50 or something, be a coach. I bet he'd be the hottest fucking coach out there,
You hitting on him?
Absolutely. Yo, fuck Tom Brady.
But nah, man. Like, shout out Tom Brady again. Yeah. Obviously, I know. Probably, I'm like Sauceman because he tells the audience that he's a big Titans fan every episode. I always gotta mention Tom Brady. But
hey, guys, did you know that I am a big Titans fan? No, and I actually really like this alternative jersey. Tell me how much you guys love this jersey. Please tell me. Validate me, because I bought this jersey, and then the first time I wore it, he threw 3 picks.
Yikes.
But yeah, so on that note, obviously, we've got a lot of quarterback changes. Like we were talking about earlier, it's the changing of the guard for the NFL. Like you had, within the last, 3 or 4 years, we had now Drew Brees retired, Big Ben retired, Brady retired,
Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers.
Yep, and like all these superstar quarterbacks.
All the quarterbacks that we Sauce and I grew up watching are now retiring.
Dude, and it's just, I still can't wrap my mind around it. I'm still kind of in shock about it, because you don't really start thinking about it until like whenever, I think you posted the picture of all the quarterbacks that just recently retired, and I was just like,
End of an era.
Wow, man, this is nuts. Because now you got, like we said earlier, got Joe Burrow, we got Matt Stafford, we got Lamar Jackson, we got
Patrick Mahomes,
Justin
Herbert.
Man,
freaking who else we got? I feel like we're missing somebody. Josh Allen,
Kyler Murray.
Holy, Mac Jones if he continues. I know he's only played 1 year, but
yeah,
he's played good last year. So I mean, we got a bunch of talent in the quarterback pool.
You know who else has also showed a lot of promise?
Who's that?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. I don't believe in the Jets front office and coaching. But Zach Wilson, I think he obviously he does have a lot of potential, but I think the Jets organization has just does a terrific job at ruining people's careers.
Absolutely. No, I honestly I could see Zach Wilson being kind of like the trajectory that Tannehill took. Like I could see the next team that gets him, because at some point that's probably going to be a reclamation project. Whatever team gets him next, if they're a solid organization, I think that they're going to get a very good quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, he's only been in the league for a year. Yeah. So I mean,
but he did show a lot of promise.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely got a bunch of football left. But like I said, the Jets, that organization. Yeah,
that's a big yikes.
Ripperooskies.
Ripperooskies. Oh man, I love it. I love it. But yeah, so obviously, it's going to be a very different Super Bowl this year. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to be able to watch it. I'm excited to see. And yeah, I will be mostly. I mean, I say I'm rooting for the Bengals. I just obviously I want to see a good game, but I'd be happy with whoever wins. So, but yeah, so we'll keep that for next episode.
Right, and also, in probably a couple more episodes. Obviously, football. It's starting to wind down. So what's happening with First Round Bye podcast? Like, are we done?
You know what? I think that it's probably time to call it quits.
Yikes! All right, don't say that.
On the regular season,
we'll get to that in a couple more episodes. So if you're interested, curious, just stick around and we'll let you guys know.
Definitely. We always have a plan and a backup plan and a backup to the backup plan and everything. So. With that being said, Josie, my friend, do you have anything else for our lovely viewers?
Yeah, so we're kind of cutting. We're kind of taking a long time, and I don't feel like editing a long video this time, so we're gonna cut this short.
That's right. All right. Again, thank you to all of our listeners. We recently found out that we had listeners in Japan.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we got a listener in Japan. Listeners in Japan.
And Germany's still showing out and everything.
Shout out to you guys, man. Yeah. Good Lord. I would have never known or,
never guessed
or whatever.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. We love doing this. Obviously, we say that all the time. We love the reach that we have and everything. So just continue to support, continue to watch, and we'll keep putting out content. If you want to check us out, we are at, I think I still need to update the website, firstroundbuy.com. Don't go there just yet. Give it a few days.
Give it about 3 months.
Yeah, give it about 3 months. But anyway, we are also on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and the Tube. And am I missing one?
Did you say Apple Podcast?
I did. That was the first one I said. Okay. It was Apple Podcasts.
That's it, man.
But yeah, so that's all we got for you guys. Tune in to the next episode to hear some Super Bowl talk, because, man, season's almost over. Ripperooskies.
Ripperooskies.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Peace.